Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kadash. Forgive me the spirit and power to make this lesson. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach this truth and will. Wabrakatham unto the elect. This is the brother Gabar with another lesson. All right. And this is going to be over how Esau, you can run, but you can't hide. All right. Being that fugitive, being that vagabond in the earth. All right. Esau's judgment is set. There is no saving him. All right. And at that, the Most High has set it up to where he thinks he got away with all of this, which is just going to make it that much more bitter when he does get judged. All right. Let me grab this. Psalms chapter 2 in the NLT. And let's grab verse 2. Psalms chapter 2 and verse 2 in the NLT. It says, "The kings of the earth prepare for battle. The rulers plot together against the Lord and against his anointed one. Let us break their chains," they cry, "and free ourselves from slavery to God." But the one who rules in heaven laughs. The Lord scoffs at them, right? Because it's not going to come to manifestation, what they're trying to do, which is set up their NWO, all right, and deflect the judgment of the Most High by defeating Yahweh Shai when he returns, which is not going to happen at all, okay? But as it says in verse 3, let us break their chains, all right, speaking about our connection, all right, to Yahweh Bashim Shai, all right, which they can't break it, all right? It says they cry and free ourselves from slavery to God. Okay, and I'll read this in the KJV. All right, but they're trying to fight. They're trying to fight against that judgment, that slavery that's coming for them, as it just said. Okay, that's what Esau is running from. He's running from judgment. All right, being that fugitive and vagabond in earth, he's a man out here committing all these crimes and sin, and he doesn't want to be judged for none of it. All right, he doesn't want to feel, all right, what it's like to be brought low. All right, and he has a lot to pay for. Okay, the man of sin. Okay, let's read this in the KJV, and we'll continue to more precepts. Psalms chapter 2 and verse 2. It says, "The kings of the earth set themselves, and rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision." Okay. Hey, let's get verse 5 right quick. It says, "Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure." Okay. So the Lord is going to get down with Esau. All right. As we see that is already beginning. All right. As different things are happening in the earth that we know it's the end. We know Yahweh Shai is about to come back. All right. But Esau is getting messed with. All right. As he's been set up in that trap, going out there to mess with Iran. Okay. As he think he just gonna, we're gonna give him another, it's gonna be another midnight hammer. You know, another this, another that. We're just gonna hammer everybody. All right, if they don't do it, we say this and that. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna do this. That's not what's about to happen in this war. All right, in this war, Babylon the Great is gonna lose bitterly, utterly. Okay. Even the assistance from above, all right, in taking this place out is gonna happen. All right, from divine intervention. All right, the Lord controlling those missiles to hit and not break their rank. All right, and the fire from the fathership as well, from the chariots of Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right, and the fathership, of course, the one Yahweh Shai will be on. Okay, there's a lot of payback coming. All right, now let's grab Psalms chapter 50 in the NLT and verse 20. We'll start at verse 20. I'm speaking about the wicked Esau. Okay, it says, you sit around and slander your brother, your own mother's son, right? Because Jacob and Esau are brothers. They were twins in the womb. And Esau came out first and Jacob came out second, holding fast Esau's heel. Okay, meaning that, hey, he was going to pull him down. All right, Jacob meaning supplant. And then his name later got changed to Israel. Okay. Verse 21, it says, while you did all this, I remained silent, and you thought I didn't care. Right. Esau thinks that the Most High just don't care. Just nothing going to happen. He got to destroy the Israelites, destroying the earth and doing all of these things. All right, everything he's doing and talking so proudly. Okay. Because the Most High has allowed him to for the fulfillment of prophecy, for the fulfillment of his movie. Okay. Because by the Most High being silent, he could now become this prideful. All right, without being judged yet. Because everybody else, hey, we get judged. Okay. Look at what happened to us, man. As the apple of the Lord's eye. We done got touched. You know, we done tasted that bitter. But Esau hasn't really tasted it yet. All right. So all the stuff, all the sins, all of that iniquity, he's about to pay for it, but he doesn't want to. All right. That's why he trying to free himself from what? From that slavery to God. All right. Which is not going to happen. Okay. But this is what the Most High wanted. The Most High wanted Esau to get to this level of pride. So that now when he bring it, it's going to be that much more bitter as well. And it's going to, first and foremost, glorify the names of Yahweh Ba'ashim Al-Shai. Okay? But it is going to be bitter. It's going to be even more bitter to Esau. All right? Let me grab that. This is Sirach chapter 41 and verse 1. It says, oh, death, right? Because Esau is about to experience a lot of death. All right? In different ways. It says, O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee to a man that liveth at rest in his possessions. Right. Esau, he's in his heaven. All right. So even the thought of Israelites, the Lord coming back, no more of this, being taken down, having to pay for what I've done. That's all bitter. That's all extremely bitter to him. Okay. Because he's at rest. He's in his rest. Okay, but we're about to enter into our rest. The script is about to flip. All right, and then, all right, we're going to be in our rest with our possessions, which is everything, literally. All right, and Esau is going to have nothing, and he's just going to have to swallow down that bitterness. The Lord is going to force him to. All right, it's going to be a lot he got to pay for, man. He has not gotten away off of one sin. Okay. Not anything. The Lord is just being patient. Okay? At his timing. It says, back in Sirach 41 and 1, it says, O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee to a man that liveth at rest in his possessions, unto the man that hath nothing to vex him. Right? Because you don't want to leave from that type of state. You're already in your heaven, you know? It says, and that hath prosperity in all things. Right? He got the fatness of the earth. He Gucci. It says, yeah, unto him that is yet able to receive meat. Okay. So Esau is fattened up. So he don't want to leave that estate. All right. So he's not even thinking about that. He doesn't want to think about that. Okay. He don't think it's going to happen for real. Okay. Now, of course, they're moving to create, they already have the Space Force and stuff. All right. So that they can fight against the Lord when he returns, of course. Okay, but they think that the Lord is just, he don't care. All right, which is wrong. As we're reading, okay, in Psalms chapter 50 in the NLT. All right, let's get verse 21 again. It says, while you did all this, I remained silent. And you thought I didn't care, right? He thinks that, there ain't no God. Oh, God doesn't care. Oh, God is like man. He's like us. Whole time, God, Yahweh, has just been keeping tabs because you're fulfilling his will. He wants you to be like that. He wants you to think that way, all right, and be puffed up with all this pride so then he can take you down. How scary is that, man, to be on that side? You know? You gotta fear the Lord, okay? But it says in verse 21, all right, back in Psalms chapter 50 and 21 in the NLT, it says, and you thought I didn't care, but now I will rebuke you, listing all my charges against you. Right? So the Lord has a list of charges. How long is that list? Revelation chapter 18 and verse 5. All right. Matter of fact, Revelation chapter 18 and verse we get verse 5. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. You see? So what's going to happen? As the Lord remembers her iniquity, which iniquity is sin on sin, and this her speaking about Babylon the Great, all right, the great whore, okay? The Lord kept a whole sheet, a whole list on every single thing, every single sin that has been committed, man. All the evils that's been done, the Lord has been watching, all right, and tallying up. So now, all right, those sins that have reached unto heaven, that list being, on the cartoons where they bring out that list, they're like, oh, well, let me see. And then they open that scroll, and then it just keeps going out the door and just keeps going. That's how Esau, that's how big, all right, of the charges are against Esau, man. And it just keeps going forever, seemingly. Okay? So Esau got a lot to pay for, man. He's not getting out of this one. Okay? Verse, let's read that again, and we'll read the next verse. Revelation 18 and 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven. That's that list that we read in Psalm chapter 50. All right? Listing all my charges against you. All right? This is that list. It's stacked up to heaven. All right? It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Right? The Lord has not forgotten. He's just been silent. All right? Because you're fulfilling his will. Okay? On the left-hand side. Now it's time to rebuke you, to destroy you. All right? And bring glory to the names of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Verse 6. Reward her even as she has rewarded you. All right? What does that mean? Payback time. All right, payback. Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed, and Esau, Edom, is going to get destroyed as well. Okay, he's the ruler of this world, this Babylon the Great. Okay, and he's going to receive double. Thus says the Lord. These scriptures ain't lying. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double. Right, so it's gonna get a double judgment, man. Okay, and it made me think of this scripture because it's speaking about that cup. Okay, let's grab this right quick. Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shall make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion, which is us, the Israelites. Our punishment, all right, the world slave trade, all right, specifically the triangular slave trade, being over here, being looked at as niggas and, monkeys and everything we had to endure and go through, okay, and being at the bottom, all right, and all the pain and suffering, it's over. We got this truth. Okay, so now that we've been set free in the spirit, the Lord Yahweh is going to set us free physically by sending his son Yahweh Shah down here to redeem us. Okay, and avenge us. It's all together. Okay. Verse 22 again, Lamentations 4:22. The punishment of thine iniquity. You see, we had iniquity too, but the Lord did not punish us He's not really, he didn't really punish us according to, how he ought to really do it, because Yahushua, okay, the blood of Yahushua, all right. The Lord really took it light on us, man. And what he did, it looked like it's far out heavy. But wait till we see Esau, man. Wait till we see that. Whoo. It's going to be crazy. His judgment is going to be ridiculous. Okay? It's going to make what we went through look like a picnic. And Esau going straight from riches to rags. So it's going to be that much more bitter. Just like we got in that Sirach chapter, what was it, 40, 41, I believe it was 40 and 1. All right. But anyway, going back, Lamentations 4:22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. Right. Because you go into that statue, all right, where all the different captivities that we would serve. Okay, you got, all the captivities down to the feet, all right, which is the iron mixed with the miry clay. All right, that's it. Ain't nothing else. And we're already at the feet and the toes. This is it. Okay, this is it. All right, we went through all the other ones and now we're here. Okay, so we're about to be delivered. We're about to get out of here. We're not going to be carried away into captivity anymore. And ultimately, because we're going to receive the new covenant, all right, which is those new bodies with the law, statutes, and commandments written in them, where we won't break the laws anymore. So we won't ever receive punishment anymore. No Israelite will ever know what hurt or pain is at all. All right, once that second covenant comes, all right, which is coming with Yahushua, those new bodies. Okay. It says, Lamentations 4:22, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Right, so Esau got sins he got to pay for. The Lord is going to discover them. Okay, matter of fact, let's see if we can get discover. All right, what's that, Lamentations 4:22? All right, so Esau is about to be visited, man. And matter of fact, before we get that, just a definition of visitation on Google. It says visitation. It says the appearance of a divine or supernatural being. Who is that? Hey, that's going to be Yahushua when he returns. Okay. It says a disaster or difficulty regarded as a divine punishment. Right, this is going to be a divine punishment. It's going to be a divine ass whooping. Okay, it says similar words right there. Curse. Right, isn't the scripture say what? This is the curse that goeth forth. Right, let's go grab that. Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 3. All right. It says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off on that side according to it. Right? And what is it talking about? Let's go ahead and read. We're going to start up actually. Zechariah chapter 5 verse 1. It says, then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. What is that? A chariot. Okay, the vehicles of the angels. All right, which is what the world calls today UFOs, or now known as UAPs. Okay, verse 2. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, this is a curse that goeth forth over the whole face of the earth. Right. All right, that's what it is to Esau. Esau about to experience these curses, man. Okay. Esau is about to go through it, man. And ain't no running from this judgment. No. The Lord knows. The Lord is about to visit you. And the visitation has already begun. Let's go back to that word, visitation, definition on Google. Okay, we already read the appearance of a divine or supernatural being, all right, a disaster or difficulty regarded as divine, as a divine punishment. All right, it says a disaster, right? So these plagues are already a form of the Lord visiting Esau, man. Okay, it's already a form of it. The disaster, the calamity, the catastrophic events. All right, this is the vengeance of the Most High setting hold on this place already. And then ultimately, Yahweh Shah is going to return. Of course. Okay, of course. All right. Now, I did want to grab that word in Lamentations just to see if something on there, Lamentations 4:22, then we'll hop back into some more precepts where it says he would discover. All right. Let me see. All right, so basically, I'll play the word right quick.
Strong's H 1540. Galah. Galah.
All right, in Hebrew, that's Galah. And it says to uncover, remove, depart. All right, it says down here to uncover nakedness. And it says nakedness. Okay, lay bare, right? So this place about to be stripped, man. All right, Esau about to be stripped all the way down, man. All right, a lot of shame is going to come over him. Okay, as he's being revealed now. All right, but he's being revealed. He's being made naked. All right, but ultimately, man, hey, he going to be sitting in the dust. All right, this place is about to be in the dust. Literally, too. All right. But I think that's it on that word that I wanted to get. Man, right here, actually, it's a little more. All right, on the same word right here in the Strong's definition. All right, it says, by implication, to exile, captives being usually stripped, figuratively, to reveal, advertise, appear, bury, bring, carry, lead, go captive into captivity. Damn. So Esau, he about to be made bare, man. He about to be stripped and go into captivity. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. All right. We all know that. We know that famous precept in Revelation. So Esau, you're about to be discovered, man. All right, to the max. All right, exposed. All right, just like Jake be like, he exposed. What they be like, expose him. He exposed him. Bro, Esau about to be exposed all the way, man. All right, this great whore Babylon the Great. Hey, man, it's being exposed. All right, but the fullness of it is gonna be when Yahweh Shai get here, man. Okay. Now, I want to grab right quick Isaiah 29:15. It says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord. And that's what Esau be trying to do at these different summit meetings and whatever, because they think the Lord isn't seeing them. They think they doing it behind closed doors, whatever. The Lord ain't, he don't know or whatever, because for so long, nothing has basically happened with everything they've done. Okay, you got to keep that in mind. The Lord is being silent so that they could build up this type of pride. All right, let's keep reading. It says, Isaiah 29:15, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord. Right, seek deep, man. All right, they doing all kinds of evil stuff. All right, and plans and underground and all kinds of stuff. Okay, it says, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us? Who knoweth us? Proverbs 15:3 is the answer. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, which are the angels, right? Beholding the evil and the good, right? So the Lord is not only beholding the good that's happening in the earth, but he's beholding the evil. So all those plans and the summit meetings and the underground meetings and all this stuff and all the different things they doing to try to keep the Lord out from knowing, and these demons they conjure up and stuff, try to keep these things secret, whatever. Bro, the Lord know all that, man. First of all, those spirits, those demons, all right, that's working with them, all right, that they're in league with, that they worship, are going back to the Lord anyway. The Lord is the one that is sending those demons there. All right, when you really get into it, because the Lord is the he's the ultimate spirit. All right, he is that spirit, the number one, Yahweh, and he created everything via Yahweh Shai. So they're all answering back to Yahweh Bashim Shai anyways, man, in that order. You don't believe me? Let's get this right quick. James chapter 2 and verse 19. Thou believest that there is one God, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble, right? So the devils believe and tremble. Satan himself is trembling in the sight of Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai. Okay? And you even had when Yahweh Shai was on the scene and that man, Legion, okay? And when he came up and the demons and stuff, start basically bugging out or whatever, okay? And at different times, and Yahweh Shai said, in another, I don't know if it was that account, but it was another account where Yahweh Shai compelled him not to say anything or whatever, all right, because they were saying that you're the Messiah, So these demons, they answer to Yahweh Bashim Shai, all right? And that's how we have power over them with Yahweh Bashim Shai. You see? Because they have power over them. And he can grant that to whomever he will, whoever they will. Okay? But yeah, those spirits are answering back to the Lord, man. Ain't nothing being done in secret. The Lord already know. All right? The Lord already know. Okay? Very foolish of them. All right? So the Lord, he knows the good and the evil. He knows everything that's happening and being said. Okay? There's more precepts on that too, but hey, that covers it generally. Okay? So ain't nothing being done outside of his sight. Ain't nothing at all being done outside of his sight, man. Okay? So what does that mean? Well, that means the Lord seen it, all right, and he's taking it into account. The Lord is taking it all into account, all the plans that they got and whatever he allowed them to bring to pass in the earth or whatever. All right, because it's a lot of evil stuff they want to do. All right, which is, it's all evil. All right. Hey, man, the Lord has a full rap sheet. He has a whole list, man, that you're going to have to pay for, man. All right. Very scary. Okay. Throwing the book at Esau. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, right? The Lord let you build that pride up by being silent. All right. By not doing nothing, by not saying nothing. And you just thought, hey, okay, I'm gonna keep going. Fuck it. YOLO. And you built up this immense pride, man. The American has so much pride. The average American, especially Esau. These Edomites have so much pride. Okay, especially at the top. All right. And now the Lord is about to bring them low, man. Low. All right. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Right, he thinking within himself, who gonna take me down? Because scripture say he puffeth at his enemies. All right, Esau really think that he's that guy. And the Lord about to show him that he not. It's Pharaoh all over again. All right. Pharaoh all over again. Build him up to tear him down so the Lord get glory to his name. And boy, what kind of glory is this going to be? Taking down the hammer of the earth. Obadiah 1:4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, which they just, what was it, last year or the year before, they just made that America's like the national bird or whatever. But guess what? The eagle been that. All right, which I just seen recently. I think I screenshot it just so I have the date. I don't know if I did. Salakia, but yeah, when they landed on the moon. All right, well, yeah, 1969. They said what? The eagle has landed. Who said that exactly? Wasn't Neil Armstrong? Let's grab that. I'm gonna type in on Google 1969. The eagle has landed. Said by who? The eagle has landed was famously said by Apollo 11 by Apollo 11 commander Neil Armstrong on July 20th, 1969 at 4:17 p.m. EDT. He announced the successful lunar landing, which it was successful. You can't leave Earth. All right, you didn't land on the moon. Come on, buddy. But it says he announced the successful lunar landing to mission control in Houston by saying, Houston, tranquility base here, the eagle has landed. So they've been knowing, you know, the eagle, all right, in America. It's all synonymous, all right. Oh, we're just not making it. No, man, it's been that. Everybody already thought it was, you know, and then they made it official. Let's just see when they made it official. All right, it been on the quarter, you know. But when was the eagle made the national bird? Here it says late 2024. Okay, so a year ago. All right, come on, man. So anyway, it even says right here, the bald eagle was adopted as the official emblem for the Great Seal of the United States on June 20th, 1782. All right, which is kind of a, what would you call a coincidence? What they got June 20th. All right, and then on that same, oh no, that was July 20th. Okay, Salakia. I was going to say it would seem like the same when he said it, Neil Armstrong, but it's not. All right, but yeah. All right, so late 2024, they made it, you know, signed into law. President Biden, it was chosen for its reputation of strength, freedom, and its status as a native species to North America. It's the highest flying bird. That's why they like it. All right, it soars over everything. Okay? The pride being the highest. That's what it's all equating to. Okay? But that's all going away. The whole pomp and everything is all going away, man. We see it fading fast. All right? And this visitation is hurting, you know, this place. All right? It's a curse. The curse is about to, you know, fully come. You know, that chariot is going to come. And it's going to destroy this place. Obadiah 1:4, and I'll close it out. It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars. All right. You got your space stations or whatever, which they're not really out there, you know, in space for real. You know, Esau, you know, with this NASA, even that meaning what, liar and deceiver in Hebrew, you know, NASA, you know, they tell a lot of jokes. They tell a lot of lies, you know, but they do got satellites and stuff up there. Okay. It says, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, right? And then you got even what's his name? Elon Musty, you know, saying, oh, we're gonna go to Mars and this and that, and oh, we got rovers on Mars, and which they don't. All right, but and they'll never be able to get out there, but they want to go out there. They can't. All right. But going back, Obadiah 1 and 4, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh. Okay, all caps, saith the Lord Yahweh. Okay, so the Lord is going to bring Esau down, man. All right, the Lord Yahweh has a list, all right, that Esau has all the things that he's committed, every single charge, every single sin, all of the iniquity that's stacked up to the heavens, that long scroll. And he got to pay for everything. Reward her to her double. Okay? So it's going to be an ugly, nasty judgment Esau got to pay for, and he's not getting away. You're not getting away. You're going into those chains, buddy. All right, we had to pay, but you ain't got to pay. And where the apple of the Lord's eye, that don't even make sense. Of course Esau got to pay. He's just running from it. He doesn't want to pay. He's doing everything he can to not pay that tab. Okay? He tried to dine and dash. That's what he tried to do, but the door was locked. He ran to the door, and they pressed that button behind the counter, and the door was locked, and the police were already called. All right, and they're already there. You going to jail. Okay? So, Lord's will, you know, this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashim Shai for giving me the spirit and power to make this lesson. It's the next time coming out. Shalom.